Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm comparing 4 different equalizers. An equalizer or an EQ pedal, it's really great to tailor your sound. I did an episode on the Boss G7, which is one of the most famous equalizer pedals, and how it can affect your tone. This episode is not about how you can work with an equalizer pedal, but it's just comparing the alternatives to the Boss G7, the cheap alternatives. So I have the Artec Graphic EQ, the Behringer Graphic Equalizer EQ700, and the Danelectro Fish and Chips Equalizer. So they are way more affordable than the Boss G7, and I want to know if they are kind of okay replacements, because I already have a G7 and I like to have another equalizer or 2 more equalizers here in the studio because it's very helpful tool. Let's hear them and play them. But first of all, let me thank my dear patrons for supporting the show. And if you want to become a patron and support yourself, the show, you just go to the link. It's super, super easy. You'll be getting access to free video lessons every week, a free backing track every month, early access to the episodes, and my huge thank you. If you're interested in guitar lessons or vocal lessons with me, just hit me an email or a direct message on Instagram or Facebook and we'll deal with it from there. Let's go. Okay, so 4 different EQ pedals. Why do I need an EQ pedal? There's affiliate links for all these pedals, so if you buy it from there, I get a small commission from Amazon, so you're helping me also. An EQ pedal can really tailor your sound, can balance tones from, for example, a humbucker guitar to a single coil guitar. It can kind of make them sound similar. It can tailor fuzz tones. That's why I have one of my fuzz faces here, because sometimes fuzz is too brittle or too muffled, and it can really tailor. Let's hear, for example, the fuzz face here. Great, but not a lot of cut through the mix. Let's use the equalizer to get a little more cut. So you hear it immediately. It becomes way more. I just took off a little of the bass, a little of the 100, 200, left the 400 intact, and boost 800, 1.6K, and 3.2, and a little more volume. So it becomes more apparent. Hear it again. I'm using my G7 equalizer on my big board to tailor the ZVEX Fuzz Factory sound, because sometimes it happens. It's loud as hell, but it doesn't cut through the mix and it's crapping out my amps because of a lot of bass. So I'm cutting a little bass, and a little goes a lot on an EQ pedal. I'm just kind of almost just tweaking just a little. But I want to see if the other pedals can really help me on doing this and being way less expensive. The Behringer is the less expensive of them all. It's a no-brainer. It costs basically nothing. but it feels really bad. It feels really crappy. It's light as hell. All the knobs are kind of crappy. It doesn't have a detent in the middle position, so you have to guess if you're neutral or not. The Boss has a detent spot, so you feel like a click in the middle position. The EQ points are kind of similar, only the Artec is different. An EQ, and I only selected EQs with boost volume option. So to me, an EQ pedal is the best boost pedal out there, because you can make it sound whatever you want. You can make it be brighter, more mid-rangey, louder, just louder, bassier, scoop, whatever. So it's a great tool for boosts if you want a clean boost. So this is a scoopier tone and it immediately makes it mid-rangey. If I take off a little of the 800 and give you more of the 6.4. Instead of, sounds woolly. Really cool, really cool. Let's hear the fish and chips. Well, let's first compare them just on with no EQ. Okay, so the Artec immediately has an effect on my tone. It's boosting some of the low mid-range. Yeah, the Artec is boosting kind of here. So this is immediately not for me. It does a thing to my tone that I don't really like, so I'll be taking it off. All the other three look really cool. Let's hear the frequency range on the fish and chips. Just a level. So you can see why I say this is a really cool boost, because I'm just boosting volume. It's okay, it's an okay boost, but you still can tailor what it boosts. So imagining I have my Lone Star on the drive channel. If I hit it with a boost, okay, so it's cool, but for example, I might have my drive channel as kind of a slide over drive. and I might want to hit the channel with a little more gain for a solo. So usually what I want in a solo boost is a little more volume, but also a little more fatness because I'm playing single notes. So I'm boosting 100, 200, and 400. Let's see what he does. Now let's boost a little of the 3.2 and 6, so to give it a little clarity. Really cool. I love it. I love it. Let's hear the boss doing kind of the same thing. So just the boss with a clean boost. Yeah, the G7 has a thing. It's cleaner, more transparent, although the fish and chips is really cool too. Love it. Let's hear the Behringer. Yeah, there's something about the boss that behaves in a really different way. Let me try to match it. Yeah, it's almost matched, so it's... Yeah, the low end in the G7 is better, but this is really cool too. Let's hear the fish and chips doing the same thing. Yeah, these three are really cool. Let me try to just to check the graphic EQ, although I don't like what it does to the tones, so... Yeah, not my thing. So the other three are really cool, and I think they all do the job. I feel the Boss G7 is kind of a little cleaner, transparent, high-end, better quality sounding, but it's really marginal, the difference. Yeah, the Boss has kind of a clarity on top. The EQ 700 feels like a little too cheap. The touch is kind of plasticky. Yeah, I think the Boss G7 is still a winner for me, but these other two are really cool alternatives and almost for the half of the price. For me, I'll probably get the Efficient chips or the G7, and I'll probably keep this one and return these two. An EQ pedal is also great to tailor a drive sound. So I have my full tone catalyst here. I'll engage a very gainy sound. Okay, so we have been hearing the EQ pedals going into a distorted channel or a little overdriven channel. Let's hear it on the clean channel and after an overdrive, which is one of my favorite functions, to tailor the overdrive tone. So here I have it. Let's give it just a little more mid-range and play with tone. I'll start with a G7. And coming after an overdrive, you can always and also boost the level and not the distortion. Because when you boost level into an overdriven channel, you're just creating more drive or more gain. When you're boosting level after a drive channel, you're creating more volume. So this is a great solo boost. thing with these EQ pedals is just a little on in any frequency. On any frequency can really change the tone. So you have to be careful because you can't over exaggerate it. Let's hear it. Yeah, it's kind of subtle, but it's there, and I really like it. Let's hear the graphic EQ by Behringer. It's doing a really great job here, so hear it with and without. Yeah, so you can hear it. It's, for example, in this situation, it's probably my favorite of the three, which is funny because it's the least expensive. So let me try to put the boss on the same logical. So yeah, on this situation, I even prefer the Behringer. So you see, you get three alternative to equalizers, three alternative equalizer pedals. With a little difference in price range, this is extremely inexpensive. And even the fish and chips is kind of inexpensive for what it does. The Boss being a little more rugged, so if you're playing, for example, live gigs and traveling a lot, probably the Boss is the best solution. If you're playing home and not moving your pedal board, this will last you a lifetime. And it costs like 3 or 4 times less than the Boss. Let's hear the pedals in another situation that I'm really interested, which is tailoring both guitar sounds. So if I plug in with my retro coil, if I plug in my Les Paul, I'm guessing it will sound a little too dark because usually I don't like humbucker guitars with my retro coil cable, but let's test it. Immediately too dark. So the graphic EQ can tailor that and solve that. If you're playing like 2 different guitars and you're missing like just the high end on one, you can engage the graphic equalizer to give you a different tone and to kind of balance more each guitar. Billy Gibbons does it crazily with every of his guitars. He has a huge graphic EQ that he mimics. He puts every guitar sounding kind of the same. So I have this tone instead of this. Let me try to do it with the Boss G7. So here's the 400 frequency. And this is probably enough to create a similarity between the two guitars, so they react kind of similar to pedals and to everything. Let's hear it with the Catalyst. Terrible with the Catalyst after the Catalyst. Don't like it. But to make it sound similar, it's great. Let's hear it on the drive channel of the Lone Star. And the last thing I really like an EQ pedal to do is to clean up a distorting amp. So if I use my Lone Star like this with the drive channel distorting a lot, I can use the EQ pedal to tame the distortion. I just lower the level . I can have my drive channel . You can use it as a cleaning for your drive channel, which is also really, really cool. And basically that's it. I think we can really use these two other pedals as alternatives, as cheap alternative to the Boss G7, and you'll be okay. It's a great money saving tip. But let me know in the comments, did you consider them to be equal? Did you like the Artec that I didn't really like? Did you find some of these pedals interesting for you? I love to hear your comments, and we all grow with everyone's comments, so thank you so much, and I hope this has been helpful to you. If you want to become a patron, you just go to the link, and it's super easy. You'll be getting free video lessons every week, a free backing track every month, and early access to the episodes, and of course you'll be helping the channel, so my huge thank you to you. You can also contribute to the tip jar on PayPal, and if you're interested in vocal lessons or guitar lessons with me, you just send me an email or a direct message via Instagram or Facebook, and we'll deal with it from there. There's affiliate links for all these pedals, so if you buy it from there, I get a small commission from Amazon, so you're helping me also. Thank you so much, and we'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.